Okay, this is a part 2 update for January the 25th, 2016. And we're watching the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop. And I wanted to make this video because we're seeing another right angle front here develop. This is not a very large example like the ones on the 20th and the 25th, but nevertheless, that's what's happening here. And also, I wanted to show the newcomers, the new subscribers. We've got a really good example of what happens when we've got two back-to-back storms moving right in towards the west coast. We've got a HARP transmitter right here building in high pressure, and right now it's windy in the foothills. We've had, uh, it's not terribly windy, but we're having, up to 10-mile-per-hour gusts. The barometric pressure is at 30.03, so it has dropped just a slight amount since this morning. We've got a temperature of 58 degrees. The relative humidity is the key thing. It's down at 28%. And earlier today it was around 50%. But right now it's down at 28%. That's because of all this dry air that's being forced down into the area. This is going to form a blockade, a very strong, high pressure blockade that will keep all this weather out. It will form a blockade, and all this will be forced to go to the north. And we'll take a look at that on the pressure maps. Now, the next thing that's going on here, we've got a hurricane force storm here, and we've got this storm front right here, right? Comes all the way down. Now, they've got another HARP transmitter right in here that's creating what I call an electronic wall. And that transmitter creates like an electronic fence, and you can see that all of this moisture from this storm is walling up right here, right there. It's just running into this wall. It's mushrooming right into that wall. And this just so happens to also be the jet stream flow. We'll take a look at that here in a second. Here's the jet stream, 300 millibar, and we can see what's happening. This jet stream flow is just walling up right into that electronic fence that they've placed right here. That's a phased array radar, HARP transmitter basically, and that is not allowing anything to get past this area right here. It's like a buffer zone. If we go back and take another look at this, we can see what's actually happening. And the reason for this is to separate this storm and its associated front with this storm here. We've got two storms very close together, relatively speaking, and so they are keeping these separated with that blockade right there. And then we've got this thing over here, and that's going to keep all this weather out of California. So there's a no rain forecast, and we can obviously see what's going on here. This huge area of high pressure is being pumped up. Let's take a look at this map here. We can't really see the water vapor is best for looking at the nefarious operations going on, but we can see the high pressure being built in here. There's an outflow like I showed this morning. All right, now let's look at the. This is the close-up of the. Let's back this up right here. There we go. And then this one right here. These are a little less clean looking than the ones on the 20th and the 25th, but nonetheless, they've done the same pattern with the radar, and then they can get this core. Once this core is under that radar footprint, and they can work on that. And if we go to the surface pressure, the surface analysis, we can see that this storm is currently 977 millibar. And tomorrow morning, because of what they're doing right here with this radar, this will have been weakened, and the pressure will have risen, considerably, substantially. So we'll keep an eye on that. And 977 millibar, and they've got a transmitter right on top of that. Okay, so this is what they do. They hit these cores, and they can also work on the front as well. That keeps the front from winding back into the core. Put this on. The jet stream is just doing all kinds of wild things because it's been blocked right here. You can go back and take a look. That jet stream, some of it's moving to the north, some of it's moving around and down. Let's go take another look at that. Some of it's moving around and down into Mexico, and then the other half is moving up towards the Aleutian Islands, or rather Alaska and Canada right up here. Okay. All right, here is the surface analysis map once again. We've got a very strong hurricane force storm right along this 40-degree west or north latitude right here, right at 170. So this is the next system. They're keeping high pressure between these two systems. All right, let's go back and take a look at the, this is the wave analysis map. We've got 25-foot seas right here in the middle of that storm. Okay, let's go on to the geostationary map. Now, a lot of times these weather operators will, these weather controllers will dump chemtrails all through here. In fact, we can see some of that occurring right here. There are chemtrails being sprayed all through this front, and that will serve to sponge up a lot of the moisture in this moisture field so that by the time it gets into the west coast, it will not deliver rain. So it's a two-pronged attack. We've got the HARP transmitters blocking the majority of the weather, and then we have the chemtrails, which lower the relative humidity and the dew point, and that stops the rain. It causes an inversion layer so that there is no lift, there's no atmospheric lift, and we can't get rain. So we can see these trails being laid out in a haphazard manner all through this entire weather front right here. Okay, let's look at the pressure maps, and we can see that the sea level pressure we've got very strong high pressure, 1,031 millibar centered right here, and this is all high pressure all through here. And we got these storms up here, which are going to be blocked. Let's look at the 500 millibar, very strong high pressure all through the U.S. and Canada. That's going to block everything coming in. 300 millibar, same thing. Got very strong high pressure all through here. So these storms are just going to go around on a pinwheel like we've seen a couple of weeks ago. They just keep them offshore and they work on them with the HARP transmitters, and then pretty soon they just dissipate and then they let them drift up into the across Canada. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I just mainly wanted to focus on the these right angle features that we've been keeping an eye on right here. Right angle, that's a man-made feature, and it's designed to weaken the core of the system. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We'll do another update tomorrow. All right.